Today we're going to be putting together the WEN belt saw or belt sander. Let's get it out of the box. Now that she's out of the box, we can see, I mean, she's got belt on her. She's got the disc on her. We'll have to buy more. I thought it came with some, but it just comes with the ones that's on it. Okay, we'll have to buy more. Especially considering these are not the grits I want. These feel like about 40 grit. That's not what I want, but it's okay. It's okay. It was free with the sander, so well, it's not really free. Nothing's ever free. Okay, so we got a miter thing. We got a little table goes somewhere in here, I think. I don't know. No, I don't know. I got another little table here, which the miter thing goes into. Cool. And pieces. Let's get it put together. First off, did see where it said to tighten something down as soon as you get it out. Tighten the bed locking screw. You can include it. As soon as you take the wood block out from underneath here, I believe it was, it says to tighten this down. So it's right here on the corner. I'm just going to take that and what do you mean tighten it down? Oh, okay, just a little bit. I mean, okay. There's not much there. Not much to tighten. Okay. Whatever. It said it was important, so that's cool. From there, we move to the disc sander part, and it says to remove the backing from the disc, remove the guard, to put the disc on, and then replace the guard. Okay, if I'm going to replace the paper, yeah, sure. But, I mean, paper's on there, right? Okay. So step 2, I guess, we're going to need the miter gauge at some point. Take your plate, and we're going to get our little thumb screw thing out here, and it does have a washer in there, so don't lose the washer because you're going to need that. Okay, so there's a hole right here that this goes into, and then there is, well, this slider thing here that's going to go through. So it's going to go through here, and then into that hole. Wrong hole. It's the bottom. Pictures are not good. Not good at all. So we're just gonna. Oh, that top hole, that peg on here goes into. That makes sense. Okay, peg. See the peg? Yeah, goes into the top hole. That makes sense. Of course, we're playing around. We're having fun. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get that thing pushed in here. Now it says to leave a 16th inch, no more than a 16th inch gap underneath that table, or between the table and the sink. So that looks to be about a 16th inch, or not. Looks to be pretty close to the 16th. Maybe just a smidge off. But if you need to move that table over, there's 3 bolts underneath here, of which you take those off, then you can move the table a little bit. So that's good to know for later, because we're going to need to move this table at some point. I'm just saying. Now we just need to get like the miter gauge tightened down. And I don't know that we really want to use this, but it would be a lot easier to get that straight. if we went right there like that. Okay, so now we can use the miter gauge thing, whatever. This is a miter thing, right? So you just unloosen that, turn it to your degrees that you want, tighten it back down. Bada bing, bada bing. Every degree, right there. No need to measure a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. So next up, you're going to take your support cable and your bolts. It says washer and does it say lock? Lock washer and flat washer. I don't see a lock washer. Yeah, I don't see a lock washer. It says there's a lock washer for each one of these, but I don't see one in here. So you can take this and you can set this way, right? Okay. Little slide here and two little holes. So we're going to start the one. And we're going to start the other one here. Now I wouldn't get them overly tight yet, but we do want to make sure that there's a little bit of gap there. So I would get it positioned to where you're going to want it with the proper gap that you're going to want. Does it say? It doesn't say any gap is particularly ideal. I'm going to try to go with the 7/16. That should be fairly tight enough to hold it from going up. Okay. You're going to want to make sure she's, not touching on either side. Okay, like the whole way across straight. Of course, tighten her down a little bit more. Yep, our gap's still good. Tighten her down. Okay, that's the important thing. Tighten her down. Okay, we can see through, no problem. All right. So I guess you can rest your hand here. So the next thing it talks about is mounting it to the workbench. There is. We can't turn it that way. Okay. There's a nice little mounting hole here, and a nice little mounting hole here and here. So bolts, washers, everything. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, 3 holes. That's how you mount it to the table. You have to drill holes through your table to get that mounted. If that's what you're going to do. I mean, we're going to see how it goes. We're going to see. I'm not sure I want to mount it to the table at this point. Like I said, I've got a very specific purpose. Okay, and to replace your, to replace your desk, you got to take this off. You got to take the guard off down here. Little Phillips screwdriver, and then you peel that off and replace it. Not a big deal. Fairly simple. Appears to be. The belt. Take that to loosen it up, and we're going to slide it off over the drum. I missed a step. Okay, bed locking screw. That's the one we tightened in the beginning, right? So that is that under? That's right here, right back here in the corner. That's the one we tightened in the beginning. Okay, on it. And loosen that up. If you can get it loose. It's the very first one we tightened. Loosen that up. Good. Now we can raise that up. Now you can slide that belt off. Make sure you get the new belt on with the arrows facing the right way. Put the belt back on. Put the new belt on, whatever. Slide that back down. And then tighten up your bolt. Of course, you put that back in to put the tension down. All right, for adjusting the belt itself, once it's on, I mean, anyone that's used a belt sander knows. Okay, eventually your belt's going to start falling. Okay, it's going to start sliding. So if it's starting to slide towards your disc, counterclockwise, right here, this little disc, this little spinny thing, counterclockwise, and that'll center it down. Okay, so just turn it on, see which way it's going. If it's going either way, if it's not going either way, don't touch it. Okay, don't mess with what works. But if it's going this way towards the disc, counterclockwise, and if it's going towards the back of the machine where there's no disc, then clockwise. Center. So just a little small minor adjustment. Turn it back. Turn off. Make sure turn it back on. Check it. That way you don't ruin your belt. Or if you want to ruin your belt, make the adjustment. Probably not a good idea. Probably a really bad idea. We're men. We got all kinds of bad ideas. Now on the back side, you may have noticed earlier, there is a huge dust port down here. Says you can shove your shop vac nozzle right into there, turn your shop vac on. Holy dust. Hopefully. I mean, at least the majority. Some's not gonna make it, okay? You're gonna get some on the floor, you're gonna get some on your face, on your shirt, whatever. That's the nature of sanding. It's dusty. It's dusty. Put your shop vac on there, save yourself a little bit, always wear a mask. You don't want to breathe that stuff in. Get that in your lungs. That's gross. I mean, plus it doesn't feel the greatest. Okay, I mean, me, if I get it up in my sinuses, like it's an instant sinus infection, and I'm like feeling horrible. Oh, like completely horrible. Wear a mask and glasses. Protect those eyes. And one thing I should probably mention is if you're having trouble getting your disc off, because it is glue based, not hook and loop. It is glue. Heat gun will help you peel. It'll loosen up that glue. Help you. So just once you get everything off, little heat gun on it, get it nice and warm, or at least a little warm. You don't want to go too warm, just a little warm. Peel that off, and then just make sure you clean it off before you put the new one on. Because I mean, if you get gummies in like different spots, that is going to be an unlevel surface, and that's not good for your machine, and not good for your piece that you're working. Kind of important. Get that clean before you put anything back on. There's all kinds of cleaning solutions that you can use. We're not going to cover that. Just make sure it's clean before you put the next one. Another thing, you want to make sure that your table is at a 90-degree angle to this every unless you need it to be different for whatever reason. Generally, mostly speaking, or most things, you're going to want this to be at 90 degrees. Okay, so nice, flat level away from this. You can get a little square. Is that called a square? It's not really a square, is it? It's an L. You get one of those. Put it on there. Make sure it's square. Make sure it's low. Make sure it's square. If you need to adjust that, just take that up there. Get it right. And one thing I didn't step on was to make sure this is 90 degrees. Now this is definitely not 90 degrees. Okay, this is down a little bit here in the back. So yeah, ideally I would loosen that up and adjust this. That way it's 90 degrees square. Okay? Square here on this side. Of which it's going to be slamming back. Not a lot, but it's going to matter when you're shooting something, especially if you're just holding it there and your back against this. It's going to kind of push that front end down and cause that to stand uneven. We'll have to adjust that. We'll check that one, make sure. Although I'm not entirely sure I'm going to use that one a whole lot. Now let's check about the circuit breaker, which is right there. I hadn't looked at it yet. Right here above the power on-off switch. On, off. I'm not plugged in. Okay. I'm still going to raise my arm off the sanding paper though, just in case. clearly see she's not working. So if she shuts off on you, okay, you're working her too hard. So turn her off, wait a couple seconds, minute, whatever. Hit your power reset, your circuit breaker reset, I'm sorry. Circuit breaker, hit that, trip it, back on. And maybe wait a couple more seconds, just to be safe before you turn it back. I'm just saying. That's there to protect you. Okay? Don't abuse it. Don't abuse anything. Okay? I mean, I know you got calluses on your toes and you really want to sand them off. This isn't the tool for that. Okay? There is a correct tool for that, and that is one of the oscillating sanders. Does wonders. Very fine grain. Very fine grain. We should do a series. Man, how to manscape or whatever. No, not that kind of manscape. No. Buffing your skin, stuff, whatever. You know, we should do a video on that. We'll reuse. Probably get in trouble for that one. Probably getting a little bit of trouble. Now it is worth noting that if you really want your your belt sander to be up and down, you just loosen up that locking bolt again, push it up, tighten it back down. As long as you get it tight enough, she should stay there. If you don't get it tight enough, she won't. Okay, so I mean, she got to be tight. Okay, so it is worth noting that if you did want this vertical, but you wanted to use this on the belt sander, just take this off. I mean, thumb screw here, take it off, and then on the back side here, once this is up, of course you loosen that bolt up, get it up, and then tighten that bolt back down. Okay, make sure you do that, and then you take your tray, and well, you have to take this off. Right, you take this table off. See, you can see it. You can see it's angled backwards. I need to adjust that and correct it. But we'll take this off, and then you'll put this other cable right through this hole to get it there. That way, you can still use your miter on your belt sander. Not something I'm going to be doing, because I mean, really, that's all I need. Let's get that straight though. Like that's kind of halfway bothering me, just because. But a simple little adjustment like that, pretty simple, pretty easy. So we will. Hope you found this helpful. And of course, as always, the link for this sander is down below in the description if you want to. If you're looking for a sander and you really want to know, how hard is it to put together and how hard is it to adjust things. So it's not difficult at all. And I think the most difficult thing is going to be getting this sandpaper off. And that's just heat gun and wait, and then clean it. That's going to be the hardest thing about this thing.